Here we have tangent of the quantity 2x plus pi over 4 equals 0. So let's just take this stuff in the parentheses for a minute and let's just call it theta. So let's think about tangent theta equals 0. And we think, where is the tangent 0? We know tangent is sine over cosine. So this would be when the sine is 0. So we know that's going to be at 0 and pi and 2 pi and multiples of pi. All right, so now let's go ahead and put back in what theta equals. It equals 2x plus pi over 4. So first of all, let's figure out where that equals 0. What we're supposed to find in this question is everything on the interval from 0 to 2 pi, and then also what we could add to get all of those. So let's first look on the interval from 0 to 2 pi. The first one is 0. Let's solve this for x. So we've got 2x equals negative pi fourths, and x equals negative pi, if we divide both sides by 2, 8. Now that is not between 0 and 2 pi, but I could find something that's coterminal to that by adding a loop around the circle, which is 16 pi eighths, and we could get one solution then, which would be 16 pi eighths minus pi eighths, which is 15 pi eighths. So there's one of our solutions. Now let's take that 2x plus pi over 4 and put it equal to pi. So first of all, we're going to subtract the pi fourths from both sides, and that would make minus pi fourths over here. So 2x equals 4 pi fourths minus pi fourths is 3 pi fourths. So x equals, if we divide both sides by 2, 3 pi eighths. So there's another of our answers. Now let's go ahead and take the next one, which is 2 pi, and that's outside of 2 pi, but when we're solving we end up dividing by 2, and so we are going to get an angle that's between 0 and 2 pi. So we've got 2x plus pi fourths equals 2 pi. Subtract the pi fourths from both sides, minus pi fourths. So now we have 2x equals 8 pi fourths minus pi fourths is 7 pi fourths, and then dividing by 2 we get x equals 7 pi eighths, and that is on our interval from 0 to 2 pi. So because we are dividing by 2, cutting that in half, we're going to need to take one more. So we just did 2 pi. Let's do 2x plus pi fourths equals 3 pi. So 2x equals, if we move over and subtract the pi fourths, 12 pi fourths minus pi fourths is 11 pi fourths. And by the time we divide by 2, we have x equal 11 pi eighths, which is still between 0 and 2 pi. All right, are we done? Well, we have this 15 pi eighths, but let's go ahead and take one more. We were at 3 pi. Let's go ahead, I'm going to come up here and put it at the top where I have some room. Let's take 2x plus pi fourths and let it equal 4 pi. Subtract the pi fourths and we'd have 2x equals, this would be 16 pi fourths minus pi fourths, which would be 15 pi fourths. And then by the time we divide by 2, we'd have x equals 15 pi eighths, and that's the one we had. So anything beyond that, we're going to be past 2 pi. So we have these 4 answers, which we will put in our box separated by a comma. And then the second box wants to know plus k what. And as we look at this, it's a 2x. The period for tangent is normally pi, but with the 2 in front, divided by 2. So we're going to add plus k pi over 2.